Hey there, Saki here from SAKITECH, and in today's video we will do a full comparison between the iPhone XS Max versus the iPhone 11 Pro Max. In regards to these smartphones, everyone is asking the same question: do I upgrade from the iPhone XS Max to the iPhone 11 Pro Max, or do I keep my iPhone XS Max? And of course, in this video we will answer those questions directly by doing a full comparison of every aspect of these smartphones, from the build, design, camera, speed, and more. At the end of the video, we will highlight the exact benefits of the iPhone 11 over the iPhone XS. We will show you what has changed and what hasn't changed, and whether or not it matters. Then I will give you a precision answer to make up your mind. So let's get started with the build and design. Now before we dive in, if you find my videos useful, make sure to click that subscribe button, and also make sure to click that bell icon on the side to get notified every time I upload a new video. And of course, if you do use Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, make sure to follow me on all at SAKITECH Online, also for the latest updates. Alright, let's dive in. When it comes to the build quality, both smartphones offer the same quality and finish. You have got a glass build on the front and back with an aluminum band around the edges. iPhone 11 does offer a slightly tougher glass in its construction. Additionally, the iPhone 11 does have a non-reflective matte finish on the rear as opposed to the reflective glass finish on the XS. Both phones feel like $1 million when you hold them in your hands. And of course, as you can see, the overall design of both of these smartphones is identical, with the only difference being the rear end, where you get a square camera housing with triple cameras on the 11 versus the single camera on the iPhone XS. The XS does look cleaner, but in my opinion, this is not a big deal, and it is a subjective choice. We will talk about cameras more in a while. Moving on, both smartphones have high quality stereo speakers and come with a lightning connector for charging. iPhone 11 has an updated IP68 grade water resistance, with water resistant to a depth of 4 meters for up to 30 minutes, while the iPhone XS also has IP68 grade water resistance, but with water resistant to a depth of 2 meters for up to 30 minutes. But they will both survive water for everyday accidents, no problem. So certainly iPhone 11 Pro has seen minor enhancements in this category. Now let's move on and talk about the processor, memory, storage, and speed. So the iPhone 11 Pro has a newer A13 Bionic chip with 4 GB of RAM with a base storage of 64 GB priced at $1,100, while the iPhone XS has an A12 Bionic chip with 4 GB of RAM with a base storage of 64 GB as well. The XS Max isn't officially on sale anymore, but you will be able to get it slightly cheaper than $1,100. Certainly the A13 chip is faster than the A12, but A12 is still a powerful processor. It can easily handle heavy-duty games smoothly and apps no problem. But there is a 20% power boost going from the A12 to A13, as you can see by these benchmarks. So again, in this category, we have certainly seen a boost in power. We will tie all this together to see if it makes a big difference in our conclusion. Dimensions of both of these smartphones are nearly identical with slight variations, so nothing to discuss there. And also when it comes to the display, both smartphones have similar display specs. They both have a 6.5-inch screen with a resolution of 2688 by 1242 and 458 pixels per inches. Now the iPhone 11 Pro has seen some upgrades in display quality over the iPhone XS. 11 Pro has a higher contrast ratio and a higher peak brightness, so it is going to be easier to see it in broad daylight. In addition to these minor improvements, both displays look nearly identical in overall quality and sharpness. Make no mistake, both displays are world-class, not an important category to consider while comparing the two. Let's move on and talk about the actual software. So both smartphones run on iOS 13, which means both smartphones offer an identical software experience with identical software features you have come to expect from Apple. Because both smartphones possess powerful processors, the snappiness and fluidity of both smartphones is top-notch, though obviously the 11 will be slightly faster over time. But again, as far as the actual software is concerned, you get all the same, including awesome features such as the night mode on both smartphones. Now let's move on and talk about the camera. The software category is a total draw. Now camera is one category where we have seen a more meaningful upgrade. First, the iPhone 11 Pro now has 3 cameras: a 12 megapixel standard wide-angle camera, a 12 megapixel telephoto camera, and a 12 megapixel super wide-angle camera, which allows for gorgeous sweeping shots. Super wide angle photos are really cool. The iPhone XS has dual cameras, a 12 megapixel standard wide angle camera and a 12 megapixel telephoto camera. So here's a standard wide photo. Now both the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the iPhone XS Max offer the standard wide camera, such as in this photo. Now this one here is using the telephoto 2x optical zoom lens, so you are able to zoom in 2x optically. And again, both the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the iPhone XS Max offer this. And finally, we have the iPhone 11 Pro exclusive super wide angle photo right here. As you can see, you can take gorgeous sweeping photos. You can fit more into your frame. Now when it comes to the quality of these cameras, the iPhone 11 Pro is going to be better, period. Again, the iPhone XS does not have a bad camera, but the overall quality and sharpness of photos has seen a definitive improvement on the iPhone 11 Pro. Additionally, we now have the night photo mode on the iPhone 11 Pro, which will offer far superior nighttime photos over the iPhone XS. They will look brighter and capture more detail at nighttime. On the front, we have seen an upgrade as well. iPhone 11 Pro now has a 12 megapixel front-facing camera, while the XS has a 7 megapixel camera, so selfie addicts should take note. As for recording video, both smartphones offer similar options such as 4K recording at 60 or 30 frames per second, or 1080p recording at 30 or 60 frames per second. But again, iPhone 11 will have slightly better video quality as well, but not a dramatic difference. So what we have here is an iPhone 11 Pro with more camera options, night mode, and better photo quality over the iPhone XS. It is still important to realize that the iPhone XS has a decent camera, which is perfectly fine, but an upgrade is an upgrade, and that super wide angle camera is a really good option to have for people that want it. Now let's move on and talk about the biometrics. When it comes to biometrics, both smartphones have the Face ID, which unlocks your smartphone using your face. The Face ID on the iPhone 11 is 30% faster to unlock your phone, but both phones are equally secure. Nothing major here. Face ID is a good option that works flawlessly on both smartphones. Real quick on the battery life. Both smartphones have excellent battery life, but the iPhone 11 Pro will give you 5 hours of extra battery life over the XS, which is a pretty significant upgrade. Both phones are capable of fast charging, but the iPhone 11 Pro does come with an 18-watt charger included in the box, while the iPhone XS does not, so you have to go out and actually buy it. Now let's move on and talk about a conclusion to see whether you should upgrade or not. So to give you a conclusion, let's quickly list all the notable advantages of the iPhone 11 Pro over the iPhone XS. So the iPhone 11 Pro has a faster processor, triple cameras with better quality, and offers around 5 hours of extra battery life for light use and approximately 3 hours for heavy use. Those are the notable upgrades. It also has other less important upgrades such as higher IP68 grade water resistance and slightly faster Face ID. Yet, the iPhone XS and the iPhone 11 have the same display overall, they got the same exact software experience and nearly the same dimensions. Additionally, the iPhone XS still retains the A12 Bionic chip, which is probably the second fastest mobile processor on the market, A13 being number 1. So the iPhone XS is still a solid package. Now, based on all these facts, all this information, should you upgrade from the iPhone XS to the iPhone 11 Pro? Absolutely not. There is no need unless you really have your heart set on the newer processor and the new camera system. Remember, the XS still has great cameras anyway and is a solid package overall. It's got fast performance, but some people just want the latest and greatest. I think both of these phones will satisfy anyone wanting to own a flagship iPhone. So do not upgrade if you are the average consumer, which is most people, but do upgrade if you must have the latest on the market. In other words, if you're like me. So those are my answers. So drop those comments down below and let me know what you did. Did you upgrade or did you go and buy a used iPhone XS? That's a fine choice as well. All right, guys. For now, have a fantastic day. Drop those comments down below. Alright, so if you found this video useful, make sure to subscribe to SAKITECH by clicking that button, and also click that bell icon on the side to make sure you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you do use Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, you can follow me at SAKITECH online to get the latest updates as well. Alright, have a fantastic day.